Siemanko, siemanko, siemanko! Witam was na kolejnym streamku z Hogwarts Legacy. Z tej strony luźny do kasenu. A, nawet się dzisiaj wyrobiłem minutkę przed. Dobra. I ciu. I pyk. Siemaneczko, siemaneczko, moderacju. Dobra. Muszę tylko sobie coś luknę. Sobie obserwował, jak się sprzęt zachowuje. Sobie monitoruję. Ale mi dzisiaj ślinianki pracują o tych tabletkach. Od razu przestało mnie boleć. O, witam cię, Jakubie. Dzisiaj widzę, że znowu pierwszy. No, pewnie nie byłeś w szkole.
Halloween.
I dziś idziesz na Halloween. A w co się przebierasz? Fajnie, fajnie, że idziesz na Halloween. Superancko. Tam gdzieś bym polas. Kurde, nie popatrzyłem. A gdzie mam tą mandragorę znaleźć? Miałem na internecie sprawdzić. Dobra, wychodzimy z tego. A dzisiaj też trochę taką grę halloweenową załączyłem. Dobra. No, Garfield mi trochę przeszkadza. O. A za co będziesz przebrany? Czekajcie moment. Powłączać sobie programy, które nie są mi potrzebne. Dobra. I sobie lecimy. I can believe I can fly. A, siądź. Siądź, Messie. Z... Dobra. I can't believe I can fly. Na, 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 na. Ale na komórce ten YouTube ma problem, żeby się połączyć. No.
How is standing behind a till counted?
Proszę. Tyk, 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 tyk. Tyk. Dobra.
Glad you came.
I wish I had the courage. The forest.
A to co to? Klementyna. Porozmawiam z Sinorą.
Hello, Serona. I received your owl. How are you?
Hello, my friend. Did you ever find Lodgok?
I did, thank you. In fact, we're working together to try and rein in Ramrock.
Are you? I suspected you and he would get along. Perhaps best I don't know details of your plans. And I shall refrain from telling you to be careful yet again. But I hope you will be.
Of course. Your owl mentioned you're needing my help with something?
I do. I thought you might be just the person to do a favor for my friend Dorothy Sprottle in Upper Hogsfield.
I've actually met Mrs. Sprottle. I recently spoke with her about her friend Claire Beaumont.
She's lovely. Her late husband Aidan was a friend of my father's. In fact, I'd stayed with Dot and Aidan the summers I waited tables here as a student. I've seen her a few times since Aidan passed, but the pub's been so busy lately, I've not been as attentive as I'd have liked. I wonder if you might pop in and see her. She may need some help collecting ingredients for her supply of Wiggenweld potion. And you could retrieve something of mine in the process. A box, full of old letters and such.
Why does Mrs. Sprottle keep a supply of Wiggenweld potion on hand?
Dot's a skilled potioneer. She's been supplying travelling vendors with Wiggenweld potion. An ordinary precaution that has, unfortunately, become a necessity, what with Ranrock's loyalists disrupting the trade routes.
Why did Mr. and Mrs. Sprottle have your box of letters after all this time?
It's one of a few that I had when I was young. Dot found it when she was clearing out a closet. Can't imagine what's in there. Probably terribly theatrical. Ramblings of a teenage witch and her friends. You're welcome to take a peek inside, if you do find it. To be honest, I'd imagine it contains some lovely memories.
try to go and see her when I can.
It would mean the world to me, and to Dorothy. Aidan was bringing the box of letters to me when he was taken ill. Dot can tell you where he might have dropped it.
Dobra,
You'll find
pomożemy.
a hamlet just north of Hogsmeade. Please do give Dot my love.
Pomożemy, pomożemy. To u nas, czy? Dobra. Tędy. Dobra.
Come here, crupmate. I'll spot you like a thriller.
No to chodź.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Abandoned long ago, no doubt.
A. Ugryzł mnie w tyłeczek. Mój piękny tyłeczek.
Upper Hogsfield. Well, where to find Mrs. Sprottle? Nice to see you again, Mrs. Sprottle. Actually, Sirona Ryan asked if I'd come and see you.
Oh, dear Sirona, a gem. Has been for as long as I've known her.
She thought you might need help collecting ingredients for your Wiggenweld potion.
And she's correct. My darling Aidan used to collect Horklumps for me. Since he died, my supply has dwindled.
I'm sorry for your loss, Mrs. Sprottle.
Oh, thank you. Love of my life. A bit lost without him. If you wouldn't mind gathering some Horklumps for me, I'd be happy to compensate you for your time.
Believe it or not, I have some with me.
Oh, thank you. How wonderful. The travelling vendors will be thrilled to replenish their stock of Wiggenweld potion.
Sirona also mentioned that Mr. Sprottle was bringing her a box of letters when he fell ill.
Indeed he was. I'd almost forgotten. I stumbled upon it just before Aidan died. He was hoping to go through it with Sirona over a butterbeer or two. Those two were always like two bowtruckles in a branch. Aidan took ill when he was collecting Horklumps on his way to see her. He made it home, but I fear he dropped the box in the cavern. The cavern is in the hills just southwest of our hamlet. You can gather Horklumps and collect the box of letters there.
Sirona said she lived with you during the summers when she was at Hogwarts. What was she like?
Goodness. Well, she was almost exactly like she is now. charming, good head on her shoulders, taking care of everyone. I can't tell you the fun we had when she and her friends would visit us during the year, all buzzing about, practicing charms. Talented group. Her friend Mirabelle was a genius in the garden. Learned it all from her muggle parents, if you can believe it.
Do you remember anything about the letters you put in the box?
Oh, of course. A few letters from some of her school friends. Some nice memories. I even included a letter Serona had written to me when she was staying with us. Thought she might enjoy reading it. I know when I read writing from my youth, I'm always astonished at how much I've changed, and yet remain the same.
Thank you, Mrs. Brottle.
Thank you. I'll be here if you are able to collect those hawk lumps. I and the vendors I help would greatly appreciate it.
Okej, dobra. To poczekajcie moment. Ja sobie kawę zamiast zrobić przed transmisją. Ja to muszę... Tak się. No dobra. Wróciłem. Nie ma, idziemy do tej jaskini. Ło. Ło, po tej kawie to ja chyba całą noc nie będę spał. Nie jest daleko. Uwaga, pająki.
Expelliarmus, Confringo, Defender.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over potions.
Dobra.
Enough dumb beasts for everyone.
Expelliarmus. Defender. Incendio. Confringo. Incendio.
No gryzie mnie. Pupę. A to jest animal.
Expelliarmus.
You like a street
Defender. Confringo. Expelliarmus.
Pathetic!
team could deal a bigger blow.
Revelio.
You've had too much nothing to poach in Arranshire except spiders. Not worth the trouble.
This must be the cavern Mrs. Sprottle mentioned. Incendio.
Dobra.
To visit the cave to find Zerona's box of letters. Perhaps I'll find more hawk lumps while I'm there. Let's have a look around, see if I can find that box of letters. That's all the hawk lumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. Incendio!
Okej. Ciekawe co to.
Either I'll have to fight that or...
Jeszcze Jeszcze górski, nie!
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
I ciach go, ciach, ciach.
Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Expelliarmus!
A! A! A!
Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Incendio! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Should think they felt that in London. This must be Sorona's box of letters.
Dobra, weszliśmy do zakazanego lasu.
Lumos. Defender. Confringo.
Dobra, nawrotka. Wszystkich listów nie zebrałem. Wow.
Better have a look around. Check out the Hogwarts and the box of letters. Confringo!
A. Zginąłem. Uj.
Incendio!
Masz rację, wciskaj.
Either I'll have to fight that troll, or avoid it altogether.
Dobra.
That's all the Hawklumps for now. Mrs. Sprottle should be pleased. I should take this box of letters to Serona. I think that's everything. Serona will be glad to have this back.
Dobra, to kawałek się przejdziemy. Albo i nie.
Hello, Serona. I have good news. I was able to provide your friend Mrs. Sprottle with some Hawklumps for her Wiggenweld potion, and I found your box of letters.
Oh, thank you. I knew you were the one to ask.
I wondered about some of the letters in the box.
Of course. It appears most of the letters were from fellow students.
One of the letters mentions Quidditch practice. Did you play?
I did. Was the Ravenclaw Seeker for 3 years. Oh, Merlin's beard. I adore Quidditch. Nothing like the feeling of catching the golden snitch when your team's down by 140 points. I'll never forgive Professor Black for cancelling it this year. I missed cheering for Ravenclaw.
I saw a letter from someone named Mirabelle. Is that Professor Garlick?
It is. Still one of my dearest friends. I know she wouldn't mind you having seen that letter. She and I are of a similar mind, especially when it comes to young people. We believe experience to be an invaluable teacher. To borrow a phrase from Mirabelle, it's a joy to see anyone blossom, but particularly one who doubted they ever would.
Okej.
I spotted a letter from you to Mrs. Sprottle. You two seem to have a lot of fun together.
We do. She taught me so much during my summers with her and Aidan. I shall be the first to admit that adolescents aren't always the easiest to understand. And not everyone was as kind to me as the Sprottles. But the depth of their kindness, and that of so many of my friends, got me through... well, got me through some challenging times, to put it mildly.
Dobra.
I'm glad I could be of help. Mrs. Sprottle sends her best.
Don't know what I'd have done without her and Aidan. Thank you, again, for helping her, and for returning this box of letters. It's nice to reflect on good memories.
Okej. O.
I've the fastest wand this side of Dawnstrang. I have a terrible curse where I can't lift tools or do work of any kind. Whatever my task, I console myself knowing that some soul out there has a more unfavorable lot in life. I overheard some students talking about Professor Roland's teaching years. Sounded very clever. Charming man, Roland. Wish I'd had him when I was at Hogwarts.
No już, okej, Zosia. No już. O, dobra.
I'll say it again. Can't thank you enough for helping to save the village from those trolls.
Pardon me, but were you saying something?
Oh, hello. Talking to myself. I'm Clementine Willardsey. Charmed. I was musing on the precious butterflies I see near the edge of the forest. Whenever I come near, they fly off into it. When I was at Hogwarts, we truly were forbidden from entering the forest. Told horrible stories about it, and I've had an irrationally intense fear of it ever since. It's silly, but I'm insatiably curious as to where the butterflies go in the forest. You couldn't possibly find out, could you?
You want me to follow the butterflies?
I do, yes, if you wouldn't mind.
What were the horrible stories you were told about the Forbidden Forest?
Oh, goodness, everything from students being mysteriously beheaded to terrifying spider dens. Oh, trust me, you hear that at 11 years old, it sticks with you.
Very well. If I have time, I shall see where they lead.
Oh, how kind. Students these days have so much more courage than I ever did. You can usually find me right around here. I hope to see you soon. Don't forget, the butterflies always seem to be on the fringes of the Forbidden Forest. Good luck.
Chyba idziemy za...
One never knows when...
Dobra, lecimy.
There they are. She wasn't making it up.
You can feed a beast, or it can feed you.
Well, we've come this far. Miss Willardsey might get an answer about these butterflies. Levioso! Expelliarmus! Confringo! Defender! Incendio!
A,
Confringo!
Seems I was mistaken.
Confringo! Expelliarmus! Incendio!
That's mine!
Confringo!
It wasn't nothing.
mm, mm.
Well, well. Look what we have here.
To mało co osłodziłem. No, mało sobie osłodziłem. Dobra. No dobra. No. Chyba nigdzie nie będę chodził, więc... No dobra, to lecimy dalej. No, będziemy teraz jej powiedzieć, co?
This place has seen better days.
Dzisiaj sobie krótszego streama, 1,5 godziny. Tak to 18:30. Wow. Schodź, Andrzej. Nie jest dostępny. A, z tego chyba się jeden.
You can stop a thief in their tracks.
Walking down that hall in the village circle. You certainly
Oh,
made...
please tell me you have an answer for me about the butterflies.
Hello, Miss Willardsey.
Well, what happened? Did you find them?
They led me into the forest and revealed a treasure.
Oh, how lovely! I'm glad you were rewarded for your efforts. Perhaps one day I'll be able to bring myself to go into the forest. For now, I'm happy simply knowing there's something so lovely to see, should I dare.
Jest 4 poziom. Dobra. Okej, dobra. Chyba oczy mi dzisiaj strasznie bolą. Dlatego ja tak cały czas przymykam. No, dawaj, przełóż.
Hello, Adelaide. I received your owl.
Thank you for coming. You see, my uncle Roland is a metal trader who's quite well known in the goblin community. He normally sends me owls every week when he's on his business travels. In his last owl, he alluded to dealings with those radical goblins, Ranrock's loyalists. It's been ages since that owl and I'm worried. What with the troll attack on Hogsmeade and the rumours that goblins may have been involved, well, I'm fearing the worst. Should I be worried about my uncle, or am I overthinking this?
I think you're right to be concerned, Adelaide. Your uncle may be in trouble.
You're much more understanding than Professor Weasley. She heard I was going to look for him and forbade me from leaving the grounds. She's convinced he can handle himself, but I can't concentrate on anything until I know he's all right. Could you try to find out for me? From what I hear, you're almost as adventurous as Uncle Roland.
Has your uncle traded with many goblins?
Yes, for ages. Even speaks gobbledygook. But he only recently mentioned Ranrock's lot, insisting the galleons were worth the risk. He does it for me. Between robes and supplies, attending Hogwarts costs a fair sickle. And besides that, Uncle Roland has expensive taste. He's sacrificed so much for me over the years. I promised him that as soon as I finish Hogwarts, I shall be the one taking care of him.
I take it you and your uncle are close.
We are. My mother died when I was born, and I lost my father when I was 5. Uncle Roland's looked after me for as long as I can remember. He knows I get anxious when he travels, and that's why he sends me all the owls, to let me know that he's all right.
I'll try and look into it for you, Adelaide.
Thank you. He's very thorough in his record keeping. Notes all his trades in a journal, makes maps. In fact, in his last owl, he drew me a map of his next stop. He'd planned to set up camp north of here. I do hope you're able to find out where he is. Thank you again for any help you can provide.
Dobra, lecimy.
Got yourself into. Must be nice to not have it.
I hope Adelaide's Uncle Roland is all right. She seems very worried. Adelaide mentioned her uncle's camp may be near Brockborough, past the river.
I lecimy sobie. Mówię, sorry, że tak cały czas oczy zamykam, ale normalnie aż pieką dzisiaj.
This be Mr. Oakes' campsite? Ranrock's loyalists, just ahead. Should I take them by force or be discreet?
Always my turn to patrol.
I should investigate.
What have we here? Another human. Little moon cub.
Ło. Moje oczy zamknąłem, bo mnie szczypią.
You can't stop us. Incendio. Expelliarmus. I've been fighting since. Incendio. Not quite. Defender. Incendio. Easily diverted. What have we here? Lumos. Levioso.
No.
Won't stop me. Protego. Pity. Levioso. Just you wait till I'm on solid. Let's find out what happened there. Protego.
Zasadnie było to już.
Revelio. Lumos. Levioso. Accio. Depulso.
Widzicie, będzie krótki ten stream, niestety.
Revelio. Protego. Revelio. Mr. Oakes' trade journal. Accio. Revelio.
Revelio. Co to będzie? Obóz. Obóz.
Revelio. Mr. Oakes' trade journal.
Może tu. Nie, to nie tu.
Revelio. Adelaide said that her uncle kept notes of his trades, maps. Perhaps these landmarks will lead me to him.
Mhm. To ładne buty. Gdzie to może być? Mm. Ma. Dobra, zostawimy to na razie. A, to będziemy trzeba wylądować. Dobra, tu przejdziemy przez ten. Dobra, idziemy na górę.
Deke? Ah, Deke is so happy to see you. Deke noticed this bag in the room the other day. You must need it to help with your schoolwork. Deke has seen one of these before. Deke calls it a knapsack. Perfect for gathering and transporting beasts. Pleasant little breeze.
I have been thinking about something Professor Howard said in Beasts class, that I should study as many beasts as I can on my own time. She also mentioned that poachers have been active in the area. So, perhaps the beasts will be safer with us than out on their own.
Precisely what Deke was thinking. You see, the room knew exactly what you needed, and luckily, Deke can show you how to best use the knapsack and where. Come along, then. Our first stop will be beyond the castle grounds. We can leave now, or you can come and find Deke when you're ready to go.
I'm ready to learn how to use the knapsack.
Perfect! Deke loves an outing. That was a dark time in Deke's life. Deke found himself in service of the cruelest wizard he ever met. A nasty poacher. Deke hated working for him. He did horrible things to beautiful beasts. Oh. It was during those days that Deke first saw a knapsack. It'll be nice to see one used for good.
Dobra, to idziemy.
We have arrived. Deke enjoys coming here to watch the beasts, especially the potful of puffskeins nearby. It will be nice to keep them safe. All you will need to do is get close, direct the open knapsack toward the puffskein, and in it'll go.
All right. Potatoes!
You got one!
I managed to rescue a puffskein.
You can rescue as many as the knapsack will hold. Poachers capture puffskeins and, well, Deke isn't sure what they do with them. Deke is certain they will be safer with you. Now, not all beasts will be as simple to rescue as a puffskein. Deke suggests you next find a beast that can fly. A jobberknoll, perhaps.
All right. Where would I find one?
Deke knows of some to the west, nesting in a large tree overlooking Hogwarts. But we must be
Na
careful.
dużym drzewie.
Deke has seen poachers in the area recently. Deke will meet you there whenever you're ready.
Dobra.
Arrest their momentum.
O, bardzo o czym dzisiaj było. A.
Hello, Deke. Shall we continue?
Oh, good. Deke was worried about you, what with all the poachers in the area. Perhaps we should work quickly. The jobberknolls are just here, in this large tree. If it's helpful, Deke has seen Levioso used to slow flying beasts. Easier to get in close and use the knapsack.
What if I can't find any beasts in their usual habitat?
Beasts won't stray too far from their homes. Look nearby or simply wait a moment, and they should return.
Do you have any advice on how I can rescue more elusive beasts?
Levioso is not only helpful when rescuing flying beasts, it can also help rescue beasts that are generally hard to catch. Try using that spell the next time you encounter a small or otherwise elusive beast.
Nie no, żartuję.
Mind talking a bit more about what it was like working for your former master?
Deke's master was not kind to beasts.
No ale oczy, no.
He saw beasts only as a source of income, to be used for potion ingredients and labor, and Deke will not say more. But Deke is grateful to be at Hogwarts, where he can help care for beasts.
No za tym jeszcze muszę do rodziców jechać.
Then I shall go and rescue a jobberknoll.
Good luck. Deke will be waiting.
Dobra, to idziemy.
Levioso! Everything's all right now. I rescued a jobberknoll.
Deke hopes your jobberknoll finds the knapsack nice and cozy. Poachers want them for their feathers, and are not kind when they gather them.
Are there any other beasts nearby?
Just one that Deke knows of, a herd of moon calves. They live in a clearing of trees up this footpath. Deke will see you there.
Ja gdzie teraz?
Hello, Deke. Is this the clearing you mentioned?
It is. Moon calves gather near the large tree with the spiral pattern in front, but only under the light of the moon. So, unfortunately, unless you have a way to hasten time, you might sometimes have to wait until nightfall to see them.
How did you end up at Hogwarts after working for your former master?
Deke's prior master had no family, so when he died, all of his house elves were relocated by the ministry. Deke was the most fortunate one, as Deke was sent to Hogwarts. Deke's friends were not as fortunate.
Nie mieli tyle szczęścia.
I shall go and find a moon calf.
Cześć, Paulo.
Deke will be waiting for your return.
Dzień dobry, dobry wieczór. A, to tam... Co tam u ciebie słychać? Chujowo? Co się dzieje? Dobra.
Revelio.
A, tylko wychodzą nocą, dobra. To niedobrze. Pówki. A u nas nic ciekawego. W pięknych pawienicach. Liście, liście, liście i jeszcze raz liście. A, mówka mnie ugryzła. Nic się nie dzieje w pawienicach. Stara bida.
Levioso.
Chodź tu.
I'll look after you.
I uratowany.
It was a bit trickier than the others, but I have a moon calf now.
Another beast safe and sound. Shame we didn't see the moon calves dancing. It's a marvelous sight. Deke supposes you're finished here. You'll be able to rescue many more beasts, but for now, let's bring the ones you've gathered back to the room.
All right.
Deke will meet you back in the room whenever you're ready.
W pokoju życzeń, tak? Się spotkałem.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Stara bida w tych pamięcach, Pawulo. Stara bida.
Deke thinks you should be proud. There you are. Now, we need to show the beast you rescued their new home. But,
Oh.
not enough room to let them out here. Imagine all those beasts running amok. That wouldn't do at all. Perhaps if you focus on what your beasts need, the room will provide. What exactly did you think of?
Może coś znowu z YouTube'em.
Heavens! You've done it!
But what is it?
Deke isn't sure. Only one way to find out. Meet you inside when you're ready.
Wiesz co? Nie. Nigdy nie grałem w Silent Hilla, więc...
Look at this. It's amazing.
Where are we, Deke?
It seems to be a place for your beasts to live, a vivarium of some sort. Oh, your beasts will be quite comfortable here. They'll live healthy, safe lives. Perhaps you want to release them, let them see their new home. Deke thinks the vivarium will be a fitting new home for your beasts.
Indeed. I only hope we'll have enough space for all of them.
Deke hopes so too. But if you do run out of room, Madam Peck at Brood and Peck in Hogsmeade will help to find safe homes for them.
Any beasts that the room can't hold?
Yes, she's well known for helping to care for beasts in need, and she'll give you a fair price for them. Speaking of care, beasts that are well fed and groomed will provide you with...
A, czy ja to tak za horrorami to nie przepadam, nie?
Such as puffskein hair, for example. If you gather some magical materials from your beasts, Deke can show you how to use them.
Very well. I shall let you know when I have some.
One się na mnie gapią. A, nie to.
Deke thinks you are doing good work here.
Kurde, mi dzisiaj oczy bolą. Nie, dole. Jeszcze z pół godziny. Dzisiaj tylko 2 godziny live.
I've collected some magical materials, Deke.
Now, Deke can show you how to use them. First, you'll need to use this spellcraft to conjure an enchanted loom.
An enchanted loom?
Exactly. It will allow you to use your magical materials to weave magic into the very threads of your clothing, making your clothing more useful in a variety of ways. Why don't you try it? Deke thinks you'll be impressed with what the loom can do.
I'll go and experiment with the loom now.
Boże, jak to się robi. Tak.
Revelio.
Nie wiem. Może jak coś się czarowało, to...
I'd like to ask you about changing the room's ambience.
Of course. What sort of overall look most appeals to you?
To nie.
Actually, perhaps another time. Protego!
Nie to. Kurwa, to oczy to mnie dzisiaj tak bolą.
Revelio. Protego.
Jak to było? Nie pamiętam. Kurna mać. Dobra. Jak to zrobić?
I don't have anything for this at the moment.
Dobra. To się kuźwa robiło.
Lumos. Accio. Repulso.
To jest kamerą, nie. No chyba czar był taki jakiś. No właśnie. Aha. Dodaj atrybut.
That came out nicely. I should show Deke. No dobra. I used the enchanted loom, Deke.
Wonderful.
Would I be able to weave even more powerful magic into my clothing with the loom?
You will, by rescuing even more powerful beasts. For now, however, Deke suggests you explore the vivarium and get to know the beasts you've already rescued.
Can I use the loom to enhance any item of clothing?
The loom will only enhance clothing of a certain quality. Deke suspects you'll find more valuable clothing as you explore. Deke also knows that some of the shops in Hogsmeade can provide you with a variety of clothing for you to enhance.
Thank you for your help, Deke.
Meet me near the ruins of Falbutton Castle. After dark, do not tell anyone.
A, przyjdę. Łukasz, Łukasz, gdzie jesteś? Mogę odchodzić. Mogę robić co chcę na swoim streamie w korkusie. Nie musi ci się podobać. Taka, że śpieszę na końcówkę. Robotę skończyli 20 minut temu? No to nieźle.
Oi, can you help me?
My w sobotę będziemy robić zakupy. Suniesz? Mówi, że suniesz. A ja jeszcze muszę do rodziców podjechać. Więc też dlatego będę kończył niedługo, jeszcze za 10 minut. No i później wieczorkiem jeszcze liga. Kochana Ligusia. Biegnę sobie tak równo. Czemu to nic nie działa? Zakochałem się w Soulsach. Nie lubię Souls lub czegoś, tak to się nazywa. Pciu. O. Czyżby oni na Halloween dodali tutaj jakąś łatkę? Bym był troszkę zaskoczony, jeżeli to by była taka łatka zrobiona. Ale oczywiście, no wiadomo, no. Każdy lubi tam jakiś rodzaj gry, nie? Tak, co musieli chyba na Halloween dodać, kuźwa mać. Windy way for a...
Anything to do with the dark art should be avoided. It's too risky.
Anything to do with Salazar Slytherin is worth the risk.
I can't agree. And I'll not say a word more. I'm sorry.
I won't give up.
What were you and Ominous speaking about?
He's being ridiculous. Apparently Salazar Slytherin had a secret scriptorium here in Hogwarts. Ominous swears it was used for the dark arts, so he wants nothing to do with it. I reminded him that Anne needs a cure. This scriptorium could hold the answers we need.
Ominous is right. Meddling in the dark arts is dangerous.
There's more to dark magic than people realize. The Gaunts know this. Better than most. Perhaps I've spoken out of turn. Ominous's family history is personal to him.
I'd like to know more about it if you wouldn't mind telling me. I won't repeat it.
Very well. But do keep this between us. Ominous learned dark magic from his parents. Are you familiar with the Cruciatus curse?
Crucio, correct? The Cruciatus curse. Also known as the torture curse. Inflicts excruciating pain on the victim.
Apparently, his parents and older siblings had no qualms about casting it on muggles for sport. Ominous described the sound of the victim's cries as horrific, so the first time he was asked to cast it himself as a child, he couldn't bring himself to do it. As punishment, his family cast it on him. The anguish was so bad that when asked to cast it again, he relented. I have repeatedly assured Ominous that He did what he had to, but he still hasn't forgiven himself.
How horrible. Poor Ominous.
Nie, mnie jakoś... Ja w ogóle nawet do tego nie ciągnie za mocno, nie?
His family only grew. That is until I came along. Every moment he isn't at Hogwarts, he's with us in Feldcroft. Ominous trusts me. And more often than not, he winds up listening to me. I'll remind him of that when I follow up about the scriptorium. Watch for my owl. I'll have news soon enough. I'll make Ominous understand. He'll change his mind.
Dobra, będziemy to zrobić jeszcze. Dobrze, że ja nie muszę już tu nigdzie jeździć.
It's me, Gareth. Do you have a moment?
Wow. Wiesz co? Ja już to zrobiłem 2 tygodnie temu. A poza tym obchodzę święto kiedy ja chcę. Bo pamiętać o zmarłych to trzeba pamiętać cały rok, a nie w jeden dzień. Nie lubię się przepychać, kurwa.
Luke and Brattleby must have nearly wet.
Jaka notyczka. No, dla mnie to jest głupota, no. Co, w jeden dzień tylko pamiętasz o zmarłych? No nie, no. Chyba pamiętasz, kurwa, nie wiem, czy tam o swojej babci, czy tam o dziadku, czy nawet, nie wiem, o psie, o kocie. Nie wiem, no chyba pamiętasz cały rok, nie? Całe swoje życie. A nie, ludzie się, kurwa, zwalają na te cmentarze, to już nawet 2 tygodnie temu, tak ci szczerze powiem, że 2 tygodnie temu byłem z tatą w Łodzi, na końcu Łodzi, bo tam jego mama leży, no to ja miałem wrażenie, że tam już jest, kurwa, święto zmarłych. Dzisiaj jak szedłem do roboty, kurwa, ludzie kupowali chleba, jakby, kurwa, nie wiem, 3 dni były zamknięte sklepy. Ej, cię nie ma. A ja będę tyle live'ów robił. Oj. Nie no, spoko. Trzeba odpocząć, no kuźwa. Wiadomo. Cały czas człowiek na pełnych obrotach nie da rady. Nie no, luz, korkus, przecież wiadomo, tak jak mówię, no. Człowiek nie może cały czas na pełnych obrotach latać. Piu. Ne. Dzień dobry, którędy i na Grunwald? Wiesz, warto zawsze sobie odpocząć. Ja akurat sobie nie mogę pozwolić wyjechać za bardzo nigdzie. To jest właśnie ten problem. Ja zjadłem ten chyba też 2 razy, ten co mówisz. I mnie brzuch trochę bolał po tym buldaku. Trzeba było mieć tyle kotów. No, powiem ci, że tak. Nie żałuję swojej decyzji. Naprawdę, nie żałuję swojej decyzji, że mam tyle kotów. Zawsze jedna duszyczka uratowana. Oho, tu jest jakieś zgromadzenie. Będziemy przywoływać szatana. Pies 50, no to nieźle. Nasz ciastek tylko 10 waży.
And your reading is The Dragon. That's exciting, I suppose. Perhaps you're due for an adventure.
Ladies,
Professor Shah.
astronomy is not divination. You won't find the mysteries of the cosmos charted out on your palms or at the bottom of your teacups. Alas, the heavens remain hazy to the stars.
Nie, czy na jakieś tam koncerty na pewno się pojedzie, nie? Tam na jeden dzień to się da rady, nie? Przy kotach.
With that in mind, please take your telescopes. Tonight we will be on the observation deck.
Kogo zrzucimy z wieży astronomicznej?
Have your own? You can't be the new student forever, you know. You can share with Mr. Takar.
Here, I can adjust that for you.
No, bring it into focus on your own.
No. To wiesz co, my mieliśmy. Wynajmowaliśmy mieszkanie i goście nie mam żadnego problemu.
I expect all of you to put in your stargazing hours outside of class. Is that clear?
But, Professor, it's freezing out.
Mere cold didn't stop the great stargazers of the past. Look only to the astronomy tables they erected throughout the highlands from which they gazed millennia
Nie,
ago
my byśmy ze zwierzakami nie jechali.
stars above us. Is that clear? Dismissed.
Oh, hello. I'm Amit. We met in potions class. I'm happy to report that we've yet to have any explosions in this class.
Oh, hello, Amit. Nice to see you again.
Did I hear Professor Shaw say that you don't have your own telescope? I have a spare one you could borrow for the rest of the term.
Jaki przyjemniaczek, że pożyczy.
That's very kind of you, Amit. Are you sure you won't need it?
I'm certain. It's my old one. I finally got my hands on the new Celestia Contemplar. You've heard of it, I assume? I mean, of course you have. It's only the pinnacle of all personal stargazing implements. But my old model's not too shabby either. goblin-cut glass, first-rate optical enchantments. Hate to think such a fine instrument is just collecting dust.
Well, thank you, Amit.
Think nothing of it. Anyway, the telescope's in the storage room right underneath us. You can't miss it. I have some, reading to finish on the lower deck. Come find me there afterwards, and bring the telescope. There's something I want to talk to you about.
Tried to put off my stargazing as long as I could. How am I supposed to...
This was his old telescope. Looks practically brand new. Incendio!
A pristine night for stargazing. Do not let it be wasted.
The perfect night for...
Oh, I have the telescope. It's nicer than I'd expected.
I would not offer a prospective stargazer a third-rate lunoscope. But there is, something else.
Yes, what is it?
You remember those astronomy tables Shaw was going on about? It just so happens I've been reading up on them a little myself. And it seems there may be one right here at Hogwarts. I believe we could use it to find hidden constellations.
And you need someone to help find it.
I do. Are you in? No one from the Gobstones Club will go with me. Said they'd rather get spit at by a stone than... Well, they are cowards. Let us get moving while the stars are still out. I'll show you how to use that telescope once we get there. I promise.
Dobra,
No need to
wchodzimy w
convince
to.
me. Let's get going.
Brilliant. You won't regret it. Shall we? The table is on a castle wall ahead. Look for a stone platform. Something that doesn't quite belong. We'll know it when we see it. Onwards we go then. Some say the locations of the tables were originally marked by centaurs for ritual stargazing. It is nice having a fellow stargazer to explore with.
Happy to be here. It is good to leave the classroom now and then.
It's not that creepy out here at night, is it? The Gobstones Club are cowards. Here I am, charging ahead. Why don't you lead the way?
If you're sure.
A little foreboding.
A few cobwebs and some dust. Nothing to be concerned about.
Oh, of course. It's just not
Lumos.
as tidy as I expected. More cobwebs.
Leviosa.
You don't think any spiders might be lurking about?
Incendio. Oh no, not this close to school, Amit. Expelliarmus! Lumos!
The constellation should appear near the center of your view. As soon as you've lined up the telescope, we will be able to fill out our star chart. Stargazing is all about patience and precision. I know it is nearly impossible to contain your excitement at a moment like this, but keep steady. Gentle adjustments. I was right about the tables. They really are gateways to the far stars, just as the book said. And your contribution was invaluable. Rest assured, you shall be credited in my memoirs one day.
Thank you, Amit. I look forward to reading them.
And I look forward to writing them. This is only the beginning. You will find more tables like this one throughout the grounds and forest, all beckoning to be discovered by a worthy astronomer. And if I have ever seen one, it's you. Oh, and about my old telescope, don't bother returning it. You should keep it.
That's quite generous. Thank you.
You are welcome. It has goblin-cut glass and a gobbledygook inscription.
Tak, Basia śpi.
Fluent in gobbledygook, you know. It's all in the throat, really, gobbledygook, you know, and how you pronounce your R's. Anyway, glad our adventure was a success. I will see you soon.
Spodentyście dzisiaj to. Dobra. Sobie zapisemy. Pyk. Pyk. A. Dobra, zapiszemy. Będziemy powoli kończyć stronę. Tak, ale Basia śpi. Dentysta ją dzisiaj wymęczył. Dopiero jutro będzie. Coś tam z zębem się jej stało. Ukrychnął się jej czy coś takiego. Daj się trzymaj, korkusiku. Odpoczywaj sobie jak tylko możesz.